and welcome to Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025. Today we are joined by second generation entrepreneur Ms. Surbhi Vaish, who are into the sheet metal parts and wire forms and also working closely with the government on various things. Let's welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi, thank you.
First of all, I would like to understand from you what are your focus areas at present for your business?
So, Dipanshu, Vaish Industries is a 50-year-old organization, and our core focus area has been into manufacturing of precision sheet metal parts and wire forms. Since 1980, we've been making parts for supporting growth of automotive industry in India. When Maruti Suzuki came in India in 1980, they were looking for somebody who could make sheet metal strip inserts for their four-wheelers, and that was the time when we indigenized it in India, and we were the first pioneered this technology in the industry. Being one of them, of course, there are many others where we have indigenized the Japanese and German parts for the OEMs who are looking for Indian suppliers.
Great, great. You are a tier two supplier. What are the challenges that you face on day-to-day basis? Because a lot of things would come from tier one directly, and they would be must be demanding. How do they helping you to further grow in terms of technology, in terms of leveling up the quality at your end?
So yes, I know it's tier two is a little demanding because we are kind of sandwiched between a tier one, which is a big customer, and also a mill, because our primarily our raw material suppliers are mills. So few of the bigger challenges sometimes is if the tier one is asking for certain documentations, so which we are not able to, the mill is not supportive in those documentation because we are sandwiched kind of between two big players who have their own systems and own regulations with respect to sharing of data. So that is one challenge which we face in terms of helping us grow. Yes, I feel tier one has a big role, and over the past 10 years I've seen that involvement of tier one is gradually increasing, and it's definitely it's flowing from the top, it's flowing from the OEMs. Now the OEMs want to know who are their tier twos, who are in fact they are ready to know who are their tier threes also. They are verifying their systems, their quality systems, their sourcing. So for instance, our tier ones have actually helped us set up a dojo system, a dojo room. It's a training room, it's a school within a factory unit where we train our employees. They've helped us drastically improve our documentation. So a lot of roles are there. In terms of challenges, of course, I think with respect to quality and quantity delivery, that's not a challenge. Sometimes the parts are challenging, so for which the raw material sourcing could be a challenge. So this is what happens with tier one.
So, being a tier two supplier, what are the do you think trends like electrification, digitalization, and autonomous does this impact you, or how are things at your end? What are your other peers saying about this?
No, it does impact us, but in a very positive way, I must say, because with digitization, the systems have greatly improved. There are new avenues that have opened up in managing the core basic operations within a manufacturing sector, and those actually drive growth. If you can manage your operations, if you can manage your development with the help of digitization so beautifully, your lead times reduce, your on-time deliveries improve. So they have really positively, I must say, impacted. And with respect to electrification, yes, new avenues are opening up. It's slow, it's gradual, but it's always good to be gradual and slow. So it's
Right.
going well.
So, do you plan to diversify further your business?
We constantly keep diversifying our core business into different areas. So we generally stick with sheet metal parts. We do a lot of parts in mild steel, in carbon steel, in stainless steel. So we have a big portfolio of the products that we have made, and we keep diversifying in from application to application. For instance, in switches, in brakes, in radiators, in transformers. So wherever a sheet metal precision part is required, we kind of keep diversifying towards those applications.
Right. If there would be one policy recommendation from you to the government, what it could be?
I would just say that for policy recommendation, I would say that it's just though government has really opened up the industry for the component manufacturers, but there are many treaties that are averse to Indian component manufacturers, for example, Korean treaty being per se. So it has to be a fair play. That's what I feel. Us as component manufacturers pay taxes to the government on whatever incomes, our incomes are all tax paid, and so whatever parts are coming in India, they should be on the same pedestal. So free imports, I would say that the government should look at that they have banned steel imports, but they need to look at reducing the import of components within the country.
Okay.
So
Thank
that
you
is
so
one
much for
thing.
joining us today.
Thank you, Dipanshu.